Hey guys, so we have our teaser here for part 2. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing multiple teasers. I think because we only had the one teaser, right, for part 1, which was the ladybug gif or whatever, right? It was like the ladybug opening its wings, and then you saw like the under portion of the what they call it, like the thorax or something of the bug, whatever they call it. That was obviously a teaser for transforming full power Jiren, right? That's established now. Wasn't Cell Max, it wasn't, Ribrianne, it was for transforming Jiren. So they teased the 1% sparking, like one of the 1% sparkings, but I would call transforming Jiren, I'd call him the main side sparking of that banner right next to Goku and Frieza. And then of course we had Kyoei and Casserole as well. So this is going to be at least one of the teasers we're going to be getting for the part 2 banners. Now, this one is a little bit more specific, I guess. When you compare this teaser to like the previous Ladybug teaser, I think the Ladybug teaser is more abstract than this one because it had multiple interpretations. This does not have multiple interpretations. This is very clearly specifically referencing one thing. This is a bit more specific than the other one, but I think if you guys know where this is from, which I'm about to tell you where it's from, then it's very obvious. Like, if you know where this is from, like, it's like, you know. It's not like, oh, well, it could be this or it could be that. No, this is for sure one thing. So we have a 94 and we have a 15 that are both circled in pink circles here, and they're both gray. And then we have a question mark circle that is purple. With, notice, instead of there being pink circle on the outside, there's a white circle over the purple here. So, if you guys don't know what this is from, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now. It is this. It is from Dragon Ball Superhero, of course. You guys remember the movie. We have Piccolo, who disguises himself as a Red Ribbon Army sort of like grunt or soldier. And then his outfit is number 94. Or I guess his like serial number or whatever, his number is 94. And then we have this other guy who he's traveling with is 15. So 94 and 15, they're both wearing pink shirts, and the vests or bulletproof vests or whatever these are gray, and then the numbers are white. So I mean, this literally could not be any more telling, right? So 94, 15, white numbers, gray vests, pink shirts. I think that lines up pretty well with this right here. And then of course they're both talking to Gohan. Now this is Gohan base form. He is wearing the Piccolo sort of like, what do they call this? Like the demon clothes, I think. Actually, I think Shallot even has this outfit in game. The purple Piccolo gi. I think they do call it demon clothes in the game. I have to go check that. But anyway, the white, sort of like, I don't know, mantle, I guess is what we can call this. Is white Piccolo mantle with the purple undershirt here. Which obviously is what this question mark is referring to. And the way that I view this is this question mark is what the hint is for, right? I don't think they'd put a question mark here if this wasn't like the focal point of this hint. So, purple gi, we have the white mantle, which is what the white circle is for. And then obviously the circle or the question mark is for Gohan himself as the character, because there's no number. He's not wearing a number here. So I think what this hint is talking about, if we sort of equate this to the part 1 hint with the ladybug for transforming Jiren, this is a reference to some sort of 1% sparking Gohan character. I think if you go down the list and look at all the different possibilities for Gohan from Superhero, number 1 is Beast, but we already have a Beast Gohan. I don't think they're going to give us a 1% sparking Beast Gohan. I think they're probably going to end up saving Beast Gohan, like the next iteration of Beast Gohan, for a much bigger character than just a 1% sparking. The options end up being Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan Gohan, and Base Gohan, right? Okay, so here's the thing with this. We had transforming Jiren, right? So we had, I don't know, with Base Jiren, is that what we call him? Just regular Jiren transforms to full power. I could very easily see this being a transforming version of Gohan from Superhero. Now, Gohan does, 3 transformations throughout the movie? The first one, obviously, is Base to Super Saiyan. Wouldn't really call that a spectacular moment. He just sort of does it, and that's it. It's over. Wasn't really a big deal. Then we have Super Saiyan to Ultimate. That was definitely more of a big deal during the movie. If you guys remember, Gohan starts fighting against Gamma 1 in the rain, right? And that's basically from that point forward, when Gohan starts fighting Gamma 1, all the way from that point to the end of the movie is basically one long fight sequence, because it goes Gohan fights Gamma 1, then Piccolo starts fighting Gamma 2, and then once those fights wrap up, then we go into the Cell Max Awakening, and then that just turns into like a battle royale versus Cell Max, right? So that's the point that really turns the movie from just like a slice of life, sort of like more low-key movie when compared to like the Broly movie, into more of like a traditional Dragon Ball fighting movie, right? So I would say that because I don't think they're going to do another Beast Gohan so soon, and because I don't think that a base form to Super Saiyan Gohan from Superhero is like equivalent to Jiren to full power Jiren, I would place my money on this most likely being a Super Saiyan Gohan to Ultimate Gohan from Superhero. If you guys remember that transformation, it actually was a pretty damn good transformation in terms of the animation quality and how hype it was. Basically what happens is it's raining, and then Gohan goes from Super Saiyan to Ultimate, and basically this like the sky opens up and you have like the light shining down. Like, they did a good job with that transformation. So I think because we don't have an Ultimate Gohan represented from Superhero in the game yet, or a Super Saiyan Gohan, I think this would be a very, very good decision for a 1% sparking character here. We know this is not for the LF character, because they've never, like, for all these big celebrations and for all, like, honestly, just monthly LF banners as well, we don't really see them giving us hints directly for the main headlining unit. So this is, you know, going to be most likely a 1% sparking transforming Super Saiyan Gohan to Ultimate Gohan, making use of that transformation. That's what my money would be on, right? And then if we're going to take a look at what the LF would be to go along this, I think people have been talking about this for a long time. I even brought this back up in, I believe it was December. As far back as December, I was talking about this when I think it was in the video, my 10 most anticipated characters going into 2023. And number one on the list was Orange Piccolo. And I even said, I don't know if Orange Piccolo is like at that level where he could straight up lead the anniversary, but I could certainly see him being a part 2 of the anniversary. That to me is like an ideal spot for Orange Piccolo as a character, as one of the new hype transformations. Like, Orange Piccolo, he is the newest thing we have in the game, or it's the newest thing we have in the series, the newest thing we have in the franchise besides Beast Gohan. So they gave us Beast Gohan relatively early compared to all the other games. And now finally, it looks like, I don't know, 95% this is going to be some kind of Orange Piccolo, whether it's going to be, I don't know, a reviving Power Awakening Piccolo into Orange Piccolo or something like that. I think the character is going to end up being Orange Piccolo, LF character for part 2 of this anniversary. It makes the most sense to me. I think people have been looking forward to this for a long time. They've clearly been holding on to Orange Piccolo for a long time because the movie has been out for over a year. So at this point last year, we already knew about Orange Piccolo, right? The movie was out at this point already. So they had a long time to plan for the release of Orange Piccolo. I guarantee you they have had the character done in terms of model and animations for like 8 to 10 plus months. So finally, it looks like this is going to be the time where we get Orange Piccolo. Now, in terms of the other characters, so again, I think what we're most likely going to be seeing just off the bat here, LF Orange Piccolo is the headlining character. Then we have this potential transforming Super Saiyan Gohan into Ultimate Gohan from Superhero. Right away, I would say that that's a really good banner, just those 2 characters. Now, looking at Part 1. Part 1 ended up giving us 4 summonable Sparkings in the banner, right? We had Goku and Frieza Jr., and then we had Kyoei and Casserole. So basically what I'm trying to figure out here is who are going to be the Kyoei and Casserole of this banner? First of all, the question is, do we even think there's going to be 4 Sparkings on this banner? 4 new Sparkings? I don't know. I don't know. If they do actually end up giving us 4 summonable Sparkings on this banner, I think the celebration just instantly cements itself as the best celebration of all time. I think it's up there already, and there's already an argument you can make for it. I do obviously want to see what the entirety of Part 2 and Part 3 bring before I conclude that this is just straight up the best celebration ever. But if this banner does end up giving us 4 summonable Sparkings like the Part 1 banner did, there's like very little you can say against this being the best celebration of all time. It's just giving us so much stuff. But assuming this is going to be a banner that has 4 summonable Sparkings, we have Piccolo, we have Gohan. Now, Kyoei and Casserole, I wouldn't really call them high up on the totem pole in terms of hype characters in the Tournament of Power. So it's possible we end up seeing some pretty unlikely characters as summonable Sparkings on this banner potentially. Like, I'm talking like 18 could be. You guys know how much this game likes 18. For some reason, the development team really likes Android 18. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. They have like some affinity with Android 18. So I would not be surprised at all if one of the Sparkings on this banner ended up being Android 18, even though she had like very little screen time. I'm just thinking of all the different characters that appeared and did stuff in the movie. We have like Krillin did the solar flare at one point. Of course, we have the teen versions of Goten and Trunks. Whether or not they're going to be like a tag character, I don't know if they're going to spend that much time on a 1% sparking, but I guess the option is out there. It exists. But there are two characters that I can think of that I personally would want to see on this banner that I'm sure a lot of people will be very happy with. The first one is a tough one. I've talked about this constantly. I've talked about this time and time again, pretty much for the past year straight since Superhero has come out. This game has never given us a playable giant character. The main boss of this movie, of course, is Cell Max. I've been saying this for a year straight. They've gotta find a way to get Cell Max into this game. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I think the most realistic option here, looking at how they've handled like quote unquote giant characters in the past, is they could honestly give us like a magenta, a summonable sparking magenta, where like some of his animations involve Cell Max. So he wouldn't be directly playable, but there would be animations that include him. And I'm thinking about this on a similar wavelength to how they handled Yellow Tapion last year. If you guys remember last year when LF Dragon Fist came out for the same part 2 of the anniversary, that Yellow Tapion, when he dies, Hirudegarn comes out and AoEs the entire enemy team. That's sort of on the same line of how I'm thinking they could handle Cell Max, but I would want more animations with Cell Max, because Cell Max actually does a lot in the movie. He does a lot of attacks, Cell Max. So they could sort of like, I don't know, give us a way of like playing with Cell Max without actually directly controlling the character. It would just be tied to like magenta or something like that. It could even be like a Dr. Hedo character, maybe potentially as well. But we'll see. So that's one I'd like to see, some sort of Cell Max iteration in the game. And then the fourth slot, this might be not something that people would want to see as a 1% sparking character, but I could definitely see a standalone Gamma 2 character for this banner. Gamma 2 does a very theatrical move, cinematic move. I think it's called the Core Breaker. I think that's the game that's the name that Xenoverse 2 gave it. Basically, the move that Gamma 2 does to try and pierce Cell Max's core, which is his head, to deactivate him, right? To shut him down. Obviously, he ends up dying. Spoiler alert. But that Core Breaker Gamma 2, I've seen a lot of people wanting him as an LF character. And while I definitely think it's possible, I don't think it's impossible for that to be an LF. I would... What's the best way to word this? I don't know if Gamma 2 as a character is hype enough to warrant an LF at this point. I don't. I think the way they would do this is we could get a standalone Gamma 2 with the Core Breaker as a 1% sparking on this banner. And then down the line at a later point in time, we could get a tag Gamma 1 and 2 as an LF character. That's what I'm thinking. So basically what I would want to see from this banner is LF Orange Piccolo. I mean, there's a million. I've seen people saying like, "Oh my God, how could they make Orange Piccolo into an LF? He doesn't do any LF worthy moves." Do you want me to pull up like half of the LFs in this game? Do you guys think Future Gohan does an LF worthy thing? Like, no, come on. Future, I still maintain to this day that LF Future Gohan has the worst LF animation in the game because he doesn't do anything. Okay, dude. Like, Orange Piccolo has a lot of cool moves. He has, like, a decent amount of screen time. He has way more screen time than Beast Gohan does. He has, like, he literally takes the pillar and he smacks Cell Max with the pillar. The giant pillar. Like, that's easily an LF-worthy moment for him. Goes giant and then, like, tears the pillar out of the ground and just smacks somebody with it. And then like maybe finishes them off with some other attack. Like they can innovate as well. Like they don't just have to follow what they do in the movie. But yeah, LF Orange Piccolo would be my obviously #1 headlining option here. Then what this hint is hinting at, I think, and what I would want to see is a transforming Super Saiyan Gohan into Ultimate Gohan. And then my 2 other banner units, again, assuming we have 4 summonable Sparkings on this banner, we would have some sort of like Magenta or some other like Dr. Hedo-ish character, which is really just a front to give us a playable Cell Max, right? So you're not controlling Cell Max directly, you're controlling like Dr. Hedo or you're controlling like Magenta, but Cell Max is really the character that people are summoning for when you're summoning for that character. And then the 4th character would be a Core Breaker Gamma 2 as his ultimate. Because remember, the Part 1 characters, Kyoei and Casserole, both had ultimates. So I expect if they do the same thing for Part 2, then those characters would also have ultimates as well. So that is really what I'm thinking of. And then on top of this, the one other thing I wanted to mention, I also have Gohan pulled up here in case you guys didn't like the purple. Like it's hard to see his purple gi here, but this is a much better image of Gohan with wearing like the Piccolo outfit here. The purple is way more visible here. Beast Gohan has yet to return on a banner featuring a new character. He came back on the New Year Happy Bag banner, but since then he has never returned. Right, so I think this is because the last time on the last banner, Goku and Frieza, they brought back Final Form Cooler for the first time. This was Final Form Cooler's first time being back on a banner featuring a new character. So this time it's Beast Gohan's turn to come back for the first time on a banner featuring a new character. So it would make a lot of sense if the banner was superhero, superhero related, which is what we're getting for sure, because this is 100% superhero. There's no debating this. So Beast Gohan, I could see obviously returning on here. I could see Power Awakening Piccolo returning on here, and then I could see Pan returning on here as well. Both of these characters would, I imagine, be 0.5% sparking characters to correlate with this guy's return, as well as potential LF Orange Piccolo, along with the other sparkings that we get here. So that's going to be it. Let me know down below what you guys think of the hint here. Do you agree with me that this is like guaranteed to be this Gohan? Like there's no argument against this. Like this is, again, a specific hint. But once you figure it out, like it actually has to be this. There's nothing else this could be. Orange Piccolo, I'm literally doing a summoning ritual to summon Orange Piccolo. Please, he's my most wanted character this year. Go back and watch that video. My 10 most anticipated or 10 most wanted characters of 2023. He's #1. I mean, we need him in the game. Give us Orange Piccolo. Give us Cell Max. A transforming Super Saiyan Gohan to Ultimate Gohan. This banner will be crazy, crazy good. I'm telling you, as a Part 2 banner, we've never seen a Part 2 banner like this before. If that's what this is going to be, this is going to be crazy. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.